I recall an experience of the suffragettes who picketed the White House back during the First World War. The leader of the suffragettes was arrested, and as she was taken away in a truck, she turned to her girls and said, "Don't worry, girls, pray to the Lord, she'll protect you." What purpose do we serve? What good are we doing the nation? Of all the problems that face us at home and abroad, how is our party, whether we're Democrats or Republicans, how are we measuring up? What is our program? What are the needs of the country? And what are we doing about them? Now, the Democratic Party has answered that question with remarkable success in every generation. And the result has been that what was regarded as controversial and dangerous and new from the time of Thomas Jefferson and Jackson and Cleveland and Wilson and Roosevelt and Truman, we now almost take for granted. The fact of the matter is that we in the United States face the same problem as Great Britain does, with a conservative government. Last spring, this spring, the conservative government came forward with a tax cut even larger than ours, with a balance of payment problem even more substantial than ours, and was able to pass in a few days. We've been fighting it out month after month, listening to speeches against this program, which I regard as essential, even though it's complicated, even though it isn't immediately appreciated by the people to talk about a tax cut at a time of deficit. But we are either going to have this program, I can assure you, or we're going to move into a recession as we have in the 1950s when we moved through three of them. And we cannot afford to move from recession to recession with an unemployment rate of 5.7, 8, and 6%, and then move into another recession and come out of that recession with an unemployment rate of 7%, and then move along and stagger along for 24 months and move into another recession and come out of that with an unemployment rate of 8 and 9%. We are going to have, coming into the labor market 2 years from now, 1 million more young boys and girls than we have this year. So we are faced with very complicated problems, which require complicated solutions. It's not as easy as it was in the 1930s, in a sense, to talk about minimum wage and Social Security, the old slogans. Now we have a complicated economy, a rich and prosperous country, but we have serious problems which many of our citizens do not notice, but which press upon us, and can make the difference between a society which blooms and blossoms and is an ornament to the free world, or one which falls behind Western Europe and Japan and all the other countries which 8 or 9 years ago were the object of our assistance.